So is this a movie or is this camera? It's a movie. Up above this, there's an overhang. And that traps any air that comes up on the top of this building. Boy, this is probably loud on wind. It's about blowing me off my feet. This traps any wind that comes under that outside edge. Either it goes in this lanai or another lanai beside it, but it's going to go into this hole. When it gets to this back here, the air coming in has to equal the air going out. So it blows through that hole. And that's going to make that air have to travel faster than the air coming in, because it's more air going through a smaller area, it goes faster. This is how a carburetor works. It's a Venturi. When it comes out the other side of that hole, it's moving a lot faster than it did coming in. And so now it's into an unrestricted area compared to what the hole is, and the air expands to fill that hole. And while it's expanding, all the air is under that pressure differential, so it sucks all the other air near it into that airstream. Now, if the air's blowing from this side of the house, it would go straight through to the other side of the house. There's another round window and another lanai over there. So as the air goes through this center, it draws in air from downstairs, and it draws in air from lanais on either side, which have not got positive pressure. They're either neutral or under vacuum, but that pulls that air in and sends it across there. And it has to go out that other hole. So that pressurizes a little bit and slows it down, but then it goes through the hole and the speed picks up to the free stream that it was over here. But the suction in the middle takes air off of this whole level of the building and blows it out the other end. I could get a piece of paper or something hanging down here if I could hang on to it. Anyway, that's one of the strategies is if you have a, well, old man, sit down. If you had a, no, better not sit on that. If you, where was I? Oh, crap. Totally lost my train of thought. Didn't do that one in the early 70s. Here it goes in, here it goes out. Okay, we'll go on to other things because I have no idea what I was going to do. And that's always obvious. It's sort of an off-take on Bernoulli's principle up here, but it's or like how air goes around airplane wings and things as well. Anyway, air in equals air out. Oh, when we have this increase in speed and turbulence, there's vents. I don't know if I'm gonna. Oh no, that's the sun. I can't point it into the sun. It won't work there at all. We're gonna duck back inside. Future staircase comes in here, mono stringer stair. I don't know if you can see across there. That's another exit for air. That's also another case where you have a wide place coming in, going into a narrow place going out. So any air that's on the wind side comes in here under the spider beam, and it goes across the room. Some goes out these round windows, and a lot of it goes through those openings there. This phenolic board on the floor is to make a workshop up here. We do our assembling doors and windows and things like that on full-size drawings, and that would be on top of this table, which is full of everything right now. But when this phenolic board gets out to the water cistern, then we'll have an open hole here. I think it's only 24 feet across, but the fan can come out to this hole up here. That's 27 feet. So 7 3s are 21. That must be 25 feet. Anyway, there's about a foot space around between the tip of the blade and that. so that somebody on this catwalk can't reach the blade and get snatched down into the middle of the house. But this phenolic board, that's going to be used to pour the top on this cistern out there. When that goes away, this workbench won't have anything to sit on, so we're going to just put a chain jack on it and lower it down to the floor down below and put it up in that room, because the stands that are holding this up right now, they'll be in this cistern before we take this phenolic board down. So that room will be empty. She calls that dining room. I don't know why. She also calls the roof up here an eating area. It's a 32.5 feet circle, and the height of the top of that concrete is the height of a table in your house. So the idea is that she can rent chairs from the party place down the street and put them around that circle, and I don't know, 80 people could sit around it without, having any interference. But those are air exhausts. I know where I was headed. When this phenolic board is up, we got this big hole here, about as big as the hole in the top. Then the air that's warmer than the air here will rise. It'll come up here, and if there's no wind at all, and you can see that piece of paper there, maybe. Oh, now it's going to sit still. It was about to blow itself on the floor a minute ago. There's one over there. And that's how you stop them from moving. Take a picture of them. We're in the middle of a house, and that's the wind blowing through the house on an average day. See over there in the box? I don't know. This is this effect of having the funnel-shaped lanais and the open space. So we have that much natural circulation in the house. You can't feel wind outside, except on the windward side over there. But that's the kind of flow we're getting through the house. So the hot air from downstairs is going to rise up and go out these between the spokes of the spider beam. If there's any kind of breeze coming in, then it'll blow it out the side of the building as well. Now they're going to go back to acting up. Yeah, there you sit still, I dare you. Maybe not. So let's see, we've got okay, downstairs, the air has to be replaced that's heated up and come up through the house. So the rooms have these round windows, except they're a lot bigger than these. And at night, when the concrete is warm in the house from the sun, it's going to heat any air that's inside of it. It'll rise, and the air leaving down there will draw air in through those 10 big windows. So the idea is at night we have passive cooling, because the heat of the actual concrete from the day's sun will pull the air up here, because the air is lighter, and it'll get blown out of the roof up there and draw in cold air right next to the ground downstairs. The only thing that goes across those 10 openings is window screens. I'm going to put some stainless screens on them. But we're not having glass windows. We have a huge overhang on the roof, and if water blows in a typhoon, it's just going to get wet. And I don't care. We knew that going in, and that's the plan. We're going to try it. Some people innovate, some people duplicate. There's not a lot of duplicate in this house. Now, I'm sure there is some somewhere. If I really had to work at it, I'd find something. But not easy. So, at night, this whole house fan, it's going to kick on about 8 o'clock at night, and it'll run for anywhere from 3 to 6 hours until it gets down to the point where oh, now I got wind. I bet it's blanking out the camera's microphone. I can't do anything about it. Anyway, the whole house fan will force the air up to the top and pull it in if everything is just dead stagnant, including if during the day the concrete didn't get enough warm enough to make any difference to make the air rise, the fan will push it out. But then come along dawn, fan shuts down for the day. We don't run it all during the day. We relied on this air that's blowing the plastic bag around the table for circulation. That might be all there is about this. Things happen. Yeah, let's not ramble on about just anything in sight. We're gonna actually end the video here shorter than half an hour, and I'll take my finger out of this picture. Okay, yeah, that was me. Okay, if you learned anything about thermal siphoning or Venturi effect or like the view through our windows, can't see them from here. Golly, there's nothing you can do right today. There is views out of these windows. And there's views out of those roof things too. There's not gonna, I can't believe it, it's all white. Okay, that's the view out of this little storage room. It's not much out there. And we like that. You notice that there's no loud motorcycle noises in the background. The provinces are a wonderful place. No diesel fumes, no noise, other than turkeys and the ducks and stuff like that. Anyway, if you learned anything that you might find useful or help somebody else with, you can give us a thumbs up. It's totally optional. And if it really ticks you off that these videos, you can give us thumbs down, and we might actually appreciate it, so that we have some a ratio between ups and downs. Will tell us, if nothing else, it'll tell us whether we're getting better or worse. As, you know, as a percentage of view. If you had 30 people watched it and 3 of them bothered to give you a thumbs up or thumbs down, and 1 maybe give you a comment, by how that changes over time, I think you can try to figure out how to do this right. We're just sort of winging it. And anyway, thumbs up or thumbs down, totally optional. There's a bell thing down in the right-hand corner of the screen. And I think that when a channel puts up another video, it gives you a notification on your below your toolbar or something on your computer or your phone. It's optional. I don't use that, but if I have a channel that only puts a video out every 6 weeks, it might be another 4 or 5 weeks before I find it. I'll go down my list of subscriptions and you know, and if I see that they've added, you can tell in the subscription list how many that they have added a video, not how many, and I can go to them from there. Plus, I keep a lot of open tabs on top of the computer. There's like 30 tabs open, and I just go down that list from left to right. And you know, James Tanner's Villa Feliz and Texas Filipino, retired and happy in the Philippines. Peter White, he built it looks to me like a 3-story house, but I think it's only 2. They built that entirely with shovels and handsaws. It's the fact that he built a house that big that turned out fairly well. It turned out really nice, actually. He had some trouble with his roofers. He hired that out. But this, once they got the leaks stopped, you know, that's all right too. But that he filmed his build. Frankie Sunshine, he filmed his build. The Australian Filipino experience. I learned a good bit from his videos. They were up before we got completely done. And he did some things I've always thought I should be doing. And I said, well, look, it's working for that guy. And we're going to change the way we do things on that. And we'll copy it. So, thank you. Okay, bye for now. Let me see if I can turn it off.